10 best places to visit in South America. It really is common to have a bad attitude towards South America because many nations in South America are linked with prominent drug cartels, earthquakes, and political instability. Visitors may choose to avoid the region entirely. However, the continent is also endowed with breathtaking scenery, welcoming cultures, delectable cuisine, and yes, numerous safe cities. Any traveler to the sites mentioned in today's Travel Chase journey could safely explore anything from Peru's historic Incan monuments to Colombia's beaches to Argentina's vineyards with a little good judgment. South America has some of the most gorgeous sights on the planet. There are many wonderful bucket list destinations to see in South America, from distinctive rock formations to colorful desert landscapes and turquoise blue glacial lakes. However, because South America is so vast, deciding where to go on a holiday or a long-term journey might be challenging. So stick with us until the end of the video. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Travel Chase. Also, hit the bell icon for more updates. Let's get started. Piedra del Peñol. Piedra del Peñol is a massive rock structure in Colombia about an hour and a half from Medellin. This location is unlike any other we've seen before, so we developed a personal excursion on our South American adventure to view this spectacular rock formation and the surrounding Guatapé township. Piedra del Peñol, located adjacent to a lake, provides amazing spectacular views, particularly for those who decide to climb the 600+ stairs that reach to the peak of this rock. Although the steps are scary, they're not as difficult as they appear. There are also lots of places for guests to stay and rest all long journey. Termales Santa Rosa de Cabal. Termales Santa Rosa de Cabal is another one of those South American hidden treasures that we discovered while traveling throughout Colombia. Because this hot spring resort is well known among locals, it remains mostly unknown among international visitors. This spa is a pleasure for people who appreciate soaking in mineral hot springs, since it is situated in the middle of lush, tropical vegetation surrounded by waterfalls and gorgeous flowing streams. Termales Santa Rosa de Cabal, on the other hand, is fairly developed as opposed to some natural hot springs. Visitors may relax in a variety of hot springs, gorgeous bridges and pathways, waterfalls, restrooms, restaurants and motels. Valle de Cocora. Valle de Cocora, or Cocora Hills, is a stunning natural location in Colombia that has some of the world's largest palm plants. These slim, enormous wax palms may grow up to 150 feet tall and are found on top of undulating green slopes. If you really are planning a journey to South America, Valle de Cocora is also one of these must-see destinations. Tourists at Valle de Cocora can pay a modest charge and climb to several views to have a closer look at those palm trees. Or they may embark on longer half-day excursions that loop across the valley. Because of the warm heat, this palm tree village is frequently partially veiled in white clouds, giving it a gorgeous, gloomy appearance. Tatacoa Desert. Tatacoa Desert is one of South America's most underappreciated destinations. Tatacoa Desert is a must-see for people who want to see vibrant red rock canyons adjacent to melancholy grey desert scenery. However, because the Tatacoa Desert is incredibly hot, most visitors either adore it or can't wait to get out of it. Tatacoa Desert is fairly unique in that visitors may experience two different types of desert landscapes immediately next to one another, all of which are extremely spectacular in their own right. The Tatacoa Desert's orange terrain is well known for its vistas and hiking paths that wind through beautifully cut canyons and mountains. Quito Swing. I'm not a person who normally loves the large cities of South America, but my ambitions are significantly greater in South America. Quito is among my favorite towns we visited in South America throughout our vacation. Quito offers travelers a range of tiny cobblestone alleyways, colonial buildings, and many nice pubs and restaurants. But Quito's highlight is the exhilarating Teleférico cable car that carries guests up the mountain with breathtaking perspective on Quito City. Quito is one of the tallest towns in the world, and tourists may observe many volcanoes from a distance from the center of view. Quilotoa Lake. Quilatoa Lake should also be towards the peak of your travel list when you want to go to South and Central America. Because lake is quite a long distance from major towns, most tourists visit this beautiful lake on a specialized tour. Lake formed like a red crater is renowned for its turquoise blue hue and stunning mountain landscape. Most visitors to Lake Quilito wind up in this region for a day or more. There is a beautiful walk around the lake, although it might be quite tough to accomplish depending on the season. The walk beside became so wintry and wet that we had to turn and go back in the afternoons and an hour inside it. Swing at the end of the world. Casa del Arbol has been one of South America's most scenic sites. It's referred to also as the swing at the end of the world. Situated on top of a hill, this swinging is a must for anybody who visits Ecuador with a magically dropped scenery and volcanoes in its background. The swinging in the end of the world is by far the most memorable of all, yet Ecuador has a number of gorgeous swinging. Traditionally, a local built-up Casa del Arbol swing to pleasure itself. Nevertheless, this swing soon became quite famous because of its wonderful position. The swing at the end of the world is one of the largest South American attractions that attract people from across the world. Gocta Waterfall. In Peru's Cacapoyas area, Gocta Waterfall is a gorgeous true treasure. As being one of the greatest waterfalls in the world, the Gocta Waterfall should be very famous. Yet, it is a secluded region and hard to get into. The Gocta Waterfall is one of the highest waterfalls in the world, with just an approximate height of over 2,500 meters. Slightly taller, the neighboring Yumbilla Waterfall is almost 3,000 feet tall. In contrast, the towers of Yosemite Falls in California are considerably taller. If you appreciate cascades, it's worth a journey to the American rainforest jungles to see these two beauty. Laguna Peron. Peru boasts, of course, several of South America's greatest amazing alpine climbs. Peru invites walkers from all across the globe with stunning blue glacier rivers and rough mountain landscapes. We visited a couple glacier seas during our vacation in Peru, and now one of our favorites was Laguna Peron. Laguna Peron is among the simplest lakes for walking in Peru, with a level reef that runs beside them, in particular for people yet that use altitudes. You may also walk to a viewpoint viewing the turquoise blue Laguna Peron if you are prepared for an effort. But this walk is steeper and takes a little bit of scramble over large rocks to achieve the greatest views. Huacaquina Oasis. Huacaquina is a lovely South American oasis town that is encircled in all dimensions by sweeping sand dunes. For travelers who travel between Cusco and Lima, Huacaquina Oasis is a great attraction in Peru. Huacaquina itself is rather little, so most tourists finally spend 1 to 2 days here before they go on to their next destinations. This little oasis town is a great destination for people who prefer enjoyable desert experiences. At Huacaquina, the tourists may go to the gigantic sand dunes or sandboard in the deserts on an exciting dune buggy excursion. We advise you walk up one of the large sand dunes with a view of Huacaquina Oasis and the gorgeous lagoon from above. That's all about today's video. Subscribe to the Travel Tales if you haven't done yet. Do give a like and we'll be back with more videos. Stay tuned.